All right, brace yourselves. I use right host. I know, this is like some weird polarizing thing for some reason. Well, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Yes, a famous author of PowerShell books one time said something very bad about a right host, and half the community went, oh, it must be bad, and the other half kind of rolled their eyes. So let's be honest about this. Right host is here for a reason, people. That's why they haven't taken it away yet. So I'm going to show you a good reason why you want to use right host. Here's that reason. Because PowerShell is a text-based environment. So you got to think about this. I want the people I work with to have the benefits of automation. Now, these are going to be a lot of end users. They're not going to be developers. They're not going to have to use PowerShell. And when you take away that graphical interface and you give them this, they're not going to be happy. So what we can do is make things a little bit easier on them, and we can use right host to do things like create colorful menus so they still get a little bit of that visual eye candy and the benefits of, well, automation. Let's take a look at how to use right host. So for very basic usage, we just hit right host, give it a string, and poof, it goes on the screen. So why is this so bad? It all comes down to the PowerShell pipeline. You see, right host writes directly to the terminal, which means that it's going to display on the screen. Now, that's not all a bad thing, but I do have to warn you about something. Okay, personally, I use it, but sparingly, and usually only for testing. I don't leave right host statements running in my automation code because anytime you put something on the terminal, you actually slow your code down. So there's better ways of handling situations where the user might want to see things. This is a situation when the user wants to see something when the code is running. That's a situation for right host. Now, when you want to add some color to your output, that is where the foreground color and background color parameters come into play. You have 16 different foreground and background colors to choose from. Just simply type in right host, give the string, and then use the foreground or the background color parameters. Then you can see the IntelliSense will let you know what colors you can choose, and you're good to go. So when I run these commands, you can see we get some very colorful output. Now we'll address all that weird color banding stuff in just a second. Now you can also have font of different colors on the same line. And the way how we do that is with the no new line parameter. Anytime we want to add in another string of text without having a carriage return, in other words, have multiple colors on the same line, just throw in no new line. Let's take a look. So here we go, and you guys can see white, blue, and green. Now, if you're having trouble with that band of colors shooting off to the side of the screen, real easy to take care of. You can see on this final line, I added another no new line, and then I just did a blank right host statement. Now, in the previous example, VS Code did not do the weird line thing, but if it happens to you, try out that little trick. Now about that menu. So in order to create a menu, you can just simply use right host with a string, add in a couple of no new lines and some foreground and background colors. And when you run that code, you're going to see a nice little colorful menu for your end users. So you see, right host does have its place. So don't push it off to the side. Use it when necessary so that you can create easier to use interfaces for your end users. Take care, see you next time, and don't forget to subscribe.